guys, what do you see in this picture? Can you give me a few more words? Horse, grass, and nature. And it reminds us what?
Kazakhstan.
Also, Kazakh owl, right? Like owl, it reminds you the owl. Everyone maybe came from like to cities, urban area. So actually, who doesn't know me well, I'm from Owl. So yeah, I was raised in a small village in the Jambol region, like almost all my secondary year. So I had educated there. I was studying there, living with my parents. And after the school, I moved to Almaty. Like, you know, with my backpack, I said like fresh student. And I saw some difference between the rural and the urban area, like kids, you know. I was seeing always those kids who are like fluent in English, they're doing, I don't know, extracurricular stuff like, I don't know, singing, they can play any instruments. And I felt so lonely and I'm like, wow, why I cannot do anything? Even my English was super terrible, guys. You know, the teacher who taught me English, it was like something different level that I was like shocking by traveling around. So I was like, you know, feeling that rural kid came first time to Almaty, to a huge city, and didn't know what to do. So by seeing those guys, I started to apply many, like, you know, programs like debating. Also, I found any other organizations. So I saw the people who are trying to develop themselves, but I was, you know, the last one who's like, you know, with all the skills. And I also noticed the thing that my soft skills were very weak. What do you mean by soft skills? My communication style, networking, even my speaking, how I'm introducing myself. I thought like, oh my God, why I didn't taught that in the school, right? So I was very upset and trying to apply many things. I've traveled a lot during my student years, so I did many things. Finally, I found a job in an English-speaking organization. So, and you know, one challenge was, you know, to speak up during the meetings. So I needed to say my opinion, what I think, what would be better. But English was super challenge for me. I've never expressed my thoughts in English in different language, okay? It's not Russian or Kazakh. So I'm like, okay, what I can do? And one of my colleagues advised, oh, Zhanna, you can go to the Toastmasters. Actually, it's a good club for speaking and practicing. I'm like, okay, let me come. I started coming to the meetings, visiting first time, and here was the speakers very cool for me, you know, they were very confident, just, you know, shouting here, like showing any like artistic things and speaking very well in English. I'm like, wow, can I just come to here and speak? You know, it was huge fear for me from sitting over there to come to here. When I got my up counter like role, I was shaking, you know, this person said 3 times, 5 times, so it was very challenging for me, you know, I couldn't speak at all, like very confidently. Even now I'm like shocking of myself, like what I'm doing here, but it's like different story. So I came to here, so I started to come in the meetings and it's really helping me, you know, to improve my skills and I see the difference itself. But I'm telling it everyone. So I came here and I found amazing friend Abia Shaikina. She was one of the presidents of the club. So one day I was just coming and met with her and you know, we found some connection as a friends, and one day I was just writing something else, working, and she just called me and saying like, oh Zhanna, you know, I'm working on one social project which is called Owl Inspired. Would like to help the rural kids. I'm like, wow, you are inviting me to this project? And she's like, yes. You know, Zhanna, there's a huge gap between kids from the rural area and from the urban area. So they can't build any social emotional skills and they don't know how to speak up, how to apply for the projects, and they even so scared on their skills, they don't apply any like abroad, like universities or something else. I'm like, wow, Alia, it's a great idea. So let me be in your team. So and I started to be with this team. So this project called Owl Inspired, dedicated on developing social emotional skills, which is actually connected to our today's meeting. So we would like to teach the kids from the rural areas how to impress themselves, how to say their opinions, and to also learn English. You know, the level of English is quite low in the rural areas of Kazakhstan. So the teachers are not well educated and cannot give the proper, like the level of the English. But English is a huge key, right, in the 21st century. So you can just Google anything and find the latest news on internet in English, right? So it can give you very powerful like skill and tool. Also, you know, half of our team members are Harvard alumni. So I'm like, wow, I'm gonna just work with these Harvard guys. Like, you know, I'm not that level. But she's like, no, Zhanna, you should be with us. I'm like, okay, let's start. So I was working on the communication part, like, you know, to working on the social media posts, like creating all the campaigns, having the interviews, meeting with our donors or other meetings. So it was quite a good challenge for me. We also invited, you know, like other professionals who are very good and has a experience like a role model for the kids, who was also from the rural area of Kazakhstan, from the AULs, but now they're working at Google or any other international organization. So we were asking those people to come with us to the villages to have the, you know, talks about their life, so how it changed. So we had the testing calls, the rural parents, and they said that our kids don't have any role models. You know, what is a role model? To have the person who can be your role model, like seeing their past, and you're like, okay, this person from AUL studying at America, so I can do it also, right? So they didn't have any role models, and we tried to attract the people who are from the rural areas and studied in different Ivy League like universities, come and to give the speeches. Actually, it helped a lot. And while we were visiting the AULs, we were so impressed by seeing the eyes of the kids who are just saying like, wow, you are so amazing. They were coming to us and speaking. So it was very inspiring for me as well. And we are currently working on many projects that like working with the rural area teachers and the kids, and we really want to eliminate that gap between rural area and the urban area kids, so that the kids from the rural place can have that access to the knowledge, so it can be accessible to everyone. Since it's not like pilot version, we are working on from the zero, but for me it was very challenging, you know, to work on the content that we are creating. Many teachers from the rural areas were just writing the very amazing feedback to us, like, guys, thanks so much for posting like very informative, like the post about how to teach, how to make your lessons very better way to have the keen attention of the kids. So it was very, like, for me it was very happy because I had an amazing team here. From the overworld, so I have one amazing teammate who's studying at the Abu Dhabi and currently living in New York. So we are just connecting online and creating our online like campaigns on social emotional learning, which is very new something for everyone. Also I have like Alex who's helping me for the video recordings. We're coming, so by having my own team and creating the things that really make some change, I really believe that I'm doing very good things. So, first of all, everyone was coming to me and saying like, oh, Zhanna, it takes so much time. Actually, it really takes so much time because, you know, I am also working on a full-time at the job, also coming here at the Toastmasters, also helping with the project. But I see that by lifting others, we can raise together. By seeing that our eyes of the people who are really getting the, you know, good knowledge from you and helping them, working them, really can help you to rise together. Also, this project helped me to find amazing people with whom I could build very good network. So it means that I can just call them if I need something else. They are very good professionals on their field. So it means that by helping others, even here at the Toastmasters, we are working on, you know, to lifting each other, right? So Ayjan came to me, supports, and to evaluate my speech. I'm like, okay, it's so amazing that you can find that people who are also have the same open-minded development like goals, and you can share the same goals together. So thank you so much, and thanks so much for coming. And just remember that we rise by lifting others. Thank you.